Welcome, business owners, entrepreneurs, AI enthusiasts, to episode 16 of the AI Advantage Show. We are very excited because we have a very special guest who is going to show you how to AI-ify your business. Kim, who do we have today?
I kind of feel like she doesn't even need an introduction, but her name is Molly Mahoney, and she's known online everywhere as the Prepare Performer. And she is basically a social selling innovator. She specializes in creating authentic video content and leveraging organic social, AI, and chat automation. But she created a video that reached 1 million people organically.
Amazing.
That's the amazing. It is amazing. And so after that, she developed her signature go live and monetize method. So just combining her social media expertise, her talent for scaling relationships, and on stage experience from New York to Las Vegas. She is just an amazing person with a rich history in presenting online, trafficking conversion summit, any number of things. I can't even get into enough of all these things she's done. So, anyways, Molly Mahoney.
Hey, I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad to be here.
Yeah,
So
thanks for
glad to have
coming.
you.
We're very excited to have you here.
Awesome. So I'm going to jump right in. I've got a little thing. So we're really into AI-ifying your entire business. A lot of people will talk about your content, and then they'll talk about, how you can use AI to make like your SOPs for your team, but they're not really talking about all the different aspects. And so
Right.
I've created something called the AI Shuffle that gives us a little 3-step system for AI-ifying your business so that you get actionable steps that you can implement right away. And I'm super stoked to be able to share it.
That's amazing. Yeah, I know
Yes.
people want to see that. Should we just get right into it?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm so
Yeah.
grateful
Let's do
for
it.
you guys. This is like so awesome that you're sharing this. And I think it's so valuable and important for this news to be out there. So if you're watching this show, let us know that you're here live. Let us know that you're in the replay. Let us know that you're here and just how grateful you are for the fact that you get these two to lead you on this journey. It is so awesome. So thank you.
Thank you, Molly.
So
Let's do
good.
it.
Okay, so this is the AI Shuffle. I'm going to give you 3 steps to attract more clients with less time. Da, 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 da. Here we go. So it kind of
That sounds
feels like
great.
we've been on this fast moving train. So just over a year ago was when ChatGPT first hit the scenes. We actually started teaching AI a full 2 years before that. So we've been teaching AI for about 3 years now. And it feels like ever since ChatGPT came out, it's like things are going so fast, right? So we're going to take it on this little cruise today. We're going to slow down just a little bit. I really love cruising. I even made a little AI cruise video.
Oh, I like that.
I'll show you how you can do this too.
Florida.
But now we're really going on the
Really cool.
journey. So here's
It's kinda
today's
trippy.
plan.
If you're watching, that's good. If you're listening, you might want to watch. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you are listening to this, find the video and come
Yeah.
watch the actual
Yeah,
video
yeah.
because I'm going to give you loads of things that you're going to want to see
Definitely.
to believe. All right. So first, we're going to cover the secret to unlocking organic reach without selling your soul to Mark Zuckerberg. Then the key AI ingredient that allows you to create content that actually converts with ease. And I'm going to share my full AI authority system that saves you time, money, and grows your audience and sales so that you can make a bigger impact. So there are so many things to do and there are so many possibilities, but we really have chunked this down into these 3 steps. What we're really going to cover is how to use AI to create a month of lead generating content in about an hour. Now, you kind of heard through what Kim said. I was a professional musical theater in the past, so I like to reference musical theater references. I don't know if that's the right way to say that, but I think of this as like choreography. So know that I'm going to go pretty quickly today through all of this. Know that once you get the steps down, it's going to feel good. And that's when you're going to be able to do it in about an hour. At first, it may take you 5 hours the first time.
Yep.
Right. You're going to be
gets
okay.
faster though.
It does.
For sure.
It does. So this is a history of social media tools. Again, if you're listening, you're missing this amazing graphic.
Yeah,
Really,
this
if we
is intense.
it's super intense.
It's a lot.
Wow.
And if you notice, like if we go all the way back to 1978, 1985, when
Yeah.
AOL came out, there's all kinds of things happening. But as
Mhm.
we get to 2020, when Clubhouse came out, there's not that much that has happened in the world of new social media tools. I need to
Yeah.
add Threads in here, right?
Oh,
No,
gosh.
you don't.
Do you though? I mean, do a forced
Really?
opt-in? Sorry.
But
Sorry,
do
Mark.
you?
Yeah.
But so
Getting
really,
Google Plus vibes here, right, Kim?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that has changed though is the fact that we now have this opportunity with AI. And what's happened is that we feel like we have to keep up with the content machine. It feels like, oh my
Yep.
gosh, how am I going to post enough content? How am I going to do all of this? Well, in 2020, to me, social media really felt like this. It was like we were having a party because everyone was forced to be online. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know how you guys felt, but like I literally, everything I ever tried to get people to believe about online business, all of a sudden they had to believe me.
Yes, they did. They were forced to.
They were forced to. So in 2021, it started to feel like this because there were iOS privacy things that went into place. Everybody was online. It was like super frustrating and we were all ready and over it.
Yep.
And just so if you guys are listening, the GIF is like Molly. I don't know what you were punching, but it was punching things everywhere. So again, you might want to watch the video to see these awesome
Emoji
GIFs.
faces.
Okay, so I'm actually at VidCon and they had these booths set up at VidCon based on the emojis. I was all by myself at this point.
Cool.
I'm going to go back through all of them. There's one of me, if you're listening, in front of a wall of like laughing emojis, dancing. And I had the staff members at VidCon take these videos for me because I knew that I would use the GIFs someday.
Yeah, these are great.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Okay. But recently, if you are a fan of this TV show, you will appreciate the Schitt's Creek GIF that I have. Recently, it just feels like all of us are shoving so much content into the internet that it's really kind of almost impossible for us to be seen.
Oh yeah.
So how do we fix that? Well, it's like we now have this pile of busy balls that we all have to be everywhere all at once. Now there's AI, which is supposed to make it easier, but sometimes it feels like it makes it worse. And so I just want to remind you that I started dancing with AI with a program that I created called Dancing with Jarvis. This was when Jasper was called Jarvis. Before that, it was called conversion.ai. So this was the first AI tool that we really dug all in on. And we started this choreography way back then. And then when ChatGPT came on the scene, they had 1.8 billion people on their website in March of 2023. Now, what a lot of people don't talk about, and I don't even have a picture of it here, but since then, the traffic to their site has drastically dropped. And I think that's for a few different reasons. One is a lot of people just try AI because they think it's cool, but they're not actually using it for their business. The other is that we have the possibility to build our own AI tools now. So we don't even need to go to ChatGPT. We can connect through the backside of ChatGPT and build out our own tools.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool.
And I would jump in and say that's what we do in the beginning. Yeah. We were all about ChatGPT, and then a friend of ours, Dustin Stout, came out with an amazing Magi, and that leverages not only ChatGPT but Claude, all of them.
Yeah, totally.
Everything.
Yeah. So it'll be one place for everything.
Oh, it's the one-stop shop.
And Justin and I actually did a musical together. Do you remember that, Kim?
No way.
You know what? Was that a social media marketing world?
It was. We did a musical spoof of, I think it was Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was brilliant.
He's awesome.
I thought you were going to say, let's get social, but oh, wait. No.
Oh,
let's move on.
I can't believe you said that.
That was before my time.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can use awesome tools like Magi. You can also even create your own GPT. So if you're still using ChatGPT, which I do still use, I also use Magi. In ChatGPT now, you can create your own customized GPT, which used to be something that you had to pay like $10,000 to create this kind of a thing. But it's so easy now, and it can create copy. It can also create images based on the way that you give it the instructions behind the scenes. So this is the one, Molly's Magic Marketing Map Strategic Social Sales. I literally loaded my entire system for social media into this sucker. And
That's
then
so cool.
we can use it for our team, our clients. I have it as like a lead magnet where people opt in and then they get access to it. It's pretty
Nice.
awesome.
That's great.
Okay. And it's more than just creating written content. Again, if you're listening, you really should come to this video because this is a video of me talking about our new podcast, but it's not actually me. It is AI. So when we first started creating these AI videos, they looked really weird. My husband called it Botox, Molly.
Yep.
There's a lot of things we can talk about as to why it looked really weird, but the possibility is there right away. And it's so easy for you to literally upload a 2-minute video and then create a video of yourself that you can I created an entire podcast while I was on an airplane without having to record anything.
Yeah.
Amazing possibilities.
Amazing.
This is our Content Club podcast. And so at this point, we have 4 episodes up, but I've got a bunch that are banked behind the scenes. And all I did was I did a post that said, hey, what questions do you have about AI? I had about 80 people ask questions, and I turned each of those questions into a little bite-sized podcast episode, and I did not have to record anything. It's all my voice inside this podcast. It's pretty awesome.
Are you using 11 Labs for that?
11 Labs for that, yeah. And I did find, like on the video one, I'm using HeyGen, but I really don't like the sound or the audio on HeyGen.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Yeah, it's like weird. So I either use my own voice, like this video, which you can't hear right now because this is a GIF. But this video, I actually just recorded audio and had the image was fake, but the audio itself is real. And then with HeyGen, it's pretty cool the way that you can adjust the way the sound is based on the punctuation.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, HeyGen.
Not HeyGen. I'm sorry, not HeyGen. With 11 Labs. 11 Labs.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, HeyGen has come a long way from even a couple of months ago. I put a video of me on TikTok, and it was not my voice, and it looked like me pretty much, like if I was having a really good hair day. But but they've come a long way even in the last couple of months.
I totally agree.
Yeah. If we can get 11 Labs and HeyGen talking to each other, I think we'll be
so what we'll do sometimes is we'll make the audio in 11 Labs and then load that into HeyGen. But you're right, it would be so awesome if there was an integration there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. We
Canva
also
will do it.
What'd you say?
I said Canva will do it.
Totally.
Canva will do it.
We already did too.
They've done so much. We also are creating really magical videos with Kyber. So that's how I created that first video of the cruise ship. You can see here, there's 2 different videos. The one on the left is like way AI-ified, which is a little creepy. My teeth turn green. The one on the right, I pulled the AI back, but watch this. My driveway turns into a Mardi Gras wonderland.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
That's really cool.
And so
That's
there's also
awesome.
I mean, it's so fun. And you obviously want to tie it to a strategic reason. We host events in my backyard that are pretend cruises. And so this is like, come on this magical wonderland event with me. And then, we use it for that purpose. So
yeah, you really kind of turned like into a rapper or something there at the end with it. You had a grill and everything. Yeah, that was kind of
ready. Here it goes. Right there.
They're right here. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Now all of that is cool, but are we actually just creating a bunch of creepy robots that are attacking the internet? Or even worse, are we becoming zombie marketers? So I love this GIF. It says, you're boring me to death. I'm already dead. You're boring me back to death. Right? So I want to give you a little bit of a warning here, which is that when you have content that stands out, sales are not guaranteed. We were just talking about social media marketing world. And actually there was one time I was speaking at social media marketing world and I ran into one of the speakers who was, oops, my finger hit that. I ran into one of the speakers and he was holding a pile of books. And a friend of mine was like, oh, do you guys know each other? You should meet. And I said, oh, we've never met before, but I'm excited to meet you. We said, how are you? And he had this pile of books and he dropped them on the ground and he said, I'm horrible. And I was like, what? Because he looked like he was like doing pretty well. They were all his books. And he said, I just overdrafted my bank account trying to get these books out for the book signing that I'm going to go do at Social Media Marketing World. I was like, what? And he said, I am so great at, being on all the big stages. Twitter shouted me out today as the top person, who's delivering content, whatever, but I can't make sales. And I was like, my friend, my new friend. I like grabbed his face, like, I will help you. I will help you. But I think this is so true. It happens so often that we think because we have a video that reaches a lot of people or gets a lot of engagement, that's going to turn into sales. And it's just not the case.
Right.
So I really want to make sure behind all of the AI magic that we're doing, we know that we need a strategic sales system. And what you're doing around your content is more important than what you actually do in your content. So Kim mentioned the video that we had that hit a reach of 1 million. Well, a couple of years later, we had a video that hit a reach of 39 million. So in this screenshot, you can see it was 35 million at this point. It ended up getting 4 million more. At that point, I lost count. It was wild. And you can see here, Facebook paid us $30,000 for that video.
Wow.
Sweet. And you were in the bath.
So I wasn't actually in the bath, but the video was of the bathtub.
Yeah.
This video had nothing to do with my business. I really was like, oh, they're monetizing for Reels. Okay, I'm going to search through my phone and find the weirdest video that I can find. And so the video that I found was of a bath bomb that I had put into the bathtub. I thought like the video actually was me whispering. So it was very ASMR. And I said, oh my gosh, I was using this bath bomb. And I thought, oh, is that lavender? No, they're flipping termites. So it was actually bugs inside the bath bomb. Colin, your face is exactly what my face was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Freaked out. So when I posted this video, I had no idea it would hit this reach. But really what happened is in the comments, it was people yelling at each other back and forth about whether or not they were termites.
That's all it takes, right? A little bit of is that dress black or blue?
Exactly.
35 million.
Exactly. So I was like, that's cool. And then my husband was like, what other weird videos can we create? But I said, you know what? I don't want to taint my Facebook page with all of this craziness. So instead of launching a bunch of other weird videos, I launched a program showing other people how to do it. And we ended up selling $130,000 worth of coaching about that 30-second video. So we did a total of $160,000 from that one video.
Great.
Excellent.
Bananas. So underneath all of this, I have a secret. This secret may increase your visibility. It may increase your engagement. It will increase your sales, and it may make you feel really uncomfortable. So this is a comment that I got on one of my videos because I used this secret that I'm about to share with you. This woman said, this girl annoys me, LOL, but if she can do it, but she's got good advice. And if she can do it, you can too. So she shared one of my videos with this comment. And I replied to her and I said, you guys know I can see what you write when you share. My blend of crazy isn't for everyone, but I'm glad that you were able to find some helpful nuggets. Grateful for the share. Hope it helps you to connect with your audience in your own unique way. And then they replied, she is rather annoying, LOL. So the hater comments are real. And this is another one that I love. This repetitive, not attractive, but funny person is getting hidden today. I've seen this 50 times. Her lisp is irritating. So I didn't even realize I had a lisp until people started commenting on it on the internet. There's lots of comments about it. And I've had dentures since I was 12 years old. So so this has actually proven to be something that's allowed me to really tap even deeper into my own confidence to know that we can continue to show up. And this comment that I'm going to share with you is my favorite. This came on YouTube. It said, you talk too much. That's how you make money. And it's annoying. And so I replied back to them and I said, I'd like to personally thank you for inspiring our most liked post of the year. The Chatty Moneybags marketing coach costume was a hit. So I don't know if you remember, but this was a meme, like template basically that was going around with the spirit costume.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people were putting like themselves in the costume and then kind of labeling like social media manager. And then they'd put all these things about a social media manager. Well, my team had created one like that. And I was like, but that's not really funny. And I think if we made fun of me, it would make it even better. So I said, can we grab one of my troll comments and combine that with this? And then I went to my husband and I said, if we were going to do this post with the troll comment, what would I be called? And he said, well, you're a Chatty Moneybags marketing coach. And so I was like,
but in all fairness there, Molly, you look kind of hot.
Thank you.
You really do.
Yeah. Yeah.
The sparkle pants definitely help.
Oh, for sure.
And so we included in this costume 1 banana phone, which I'll explain later, 20 pairs of sparkly pants, 200 talks too much templates, an extra bucket of possibility. Look at that, Colin. The possibilities popped up.
I like that.
And then a bag of Brussels sprouts. I'll explain the Brussels sprouts later as well.
And
then
no car keys because you can't find them. That's
exactly. My husband was like, you have to make sure that you add not included car keys because you can't find them.
That's great.
So if you look at this post, it had 433 likes, 122 comments, and 4 shares, which is pretty awesome for a troll comment turning into this magic.
Yep.
So what's the secret underneath all of this? It's not a social media tool. It's not even AI. The secret underneath it is actually you. And so if you don't figure out who you are as a human being before you start using these tools, it is not going to work. And our real philosophy on all of this is your weird plus AI magic is how you create content that stands out. And this is what our client, Dr. E, did on TikTok. So she is amazing. And she started just doing 3 videos a week, not a day like a lot of people say. She started sharing 3 videos a week, really specifically answering the questions of her community members and just showing up there in her own weird. She ended up booking 122 appointments in 24 hours.
Wow.
What? She has about 650,000 followers on TikTok now. It is so awesome. And what I love about this is that she really dug in, claimed what she wanted to have happen, used AI for the ideas behind the scenes, but then she showed up as her own unique self. And so she said now people come to her from all over the country saying, hey, I saw your podcast on this. I saw your YouTube video on that. I was with her in Mexico and someone in a kayak was like, Dr. E, from another kayak across the water. It's like really amazing. Same thing, our member, Linda Sterling, using the AI to help create the content, but then having a specific follow-up process on the back end. If you don't actually message people and talk to them and have a sales process, it doesn't work. She brought in $1,500 in less than 24 hours. And then later that day, $7,000 came in because there's a sales system on the backside. Same thing that our friend Tim Hughes from Hadestown, he was, in Broadway shows, had an awesome platform, and then launched a program called Prepared Performer Profits. Oh, no, that's not it. What's his program called? I can't remember. It starts with a P also, though. Prepared Performer Profits was my old program. Performer's Puzzle. Like, that's what it is.
That sounds like he's stealing your stuff.
Exactly.
I know. I'm like, you're pretty nice about that.
It's the Performer's Puzzle is what it is. So a dance membership. Cool. Where you realize that your weird is the thing that makes, your dancing the best also. And so with those 3 case studies, the magic really comes from your weird plus the AI magic plus a strategic system for the sales process. So again, I just want to make sure we don't miss that piece. It isn't enough to AI-ify your content. The real success comes when we AI-ify the whole entire business. And so I'm going to give you some examples of this, and then we're going to go through this checklist, a 3-step process for you to be able to do the same. Now, what we've actually done is we've taken what happens with ChatGPT, we've connected it through the API, and we've built our own little mini version of a tool like Jasper. This is done with a tool called FormWise, and with FormWise, it looks like this. Basically, you have a Google form. So these are all of the different tools that we have for our clients. They can activate their dream. They can write their value statement. They can even meet their ideal client, put together their webinar, all kinds of things. And it's basically this little Google form type form that you fill out. And then after they fill out that form, I have set a prompt on the back end that they can't see, but it grabs their answers. There's a prompt on the back end and it generates the content for them right within this tool. So all of our mastermind members get access to this AI-ified tool. And I share this because if you're a coach, if you are a consultant, if you have courses, you can actually create your own proprietary AI tools behind the scenes for your clients. It is awesome.
Yep.
Now, again, this comes with a little bit of a warning because when you decrease the time that you spend creating content, you increase the time that you spend with your family. Whoa, watch out. Right?
That's a good thing.
You got to be careful. And you got to spend really loving on your amazing clients. And we take our clients to Disneyland twice a year because we make sure that we always stick to our number one business value, which is the more fun you have, the more money you make. But if you're spending too much time creating all this stuff, you're not actually going to be able to have the fun. So I'm going to show you how we step on the content cruise and give you our entire system. Are you ready? You may want to take a screenshot.
I'm ready.
Okay. We're going to do the AI shuffle. And the first step of the AI shuffle is that you make sure that you have what we call the social triangle in place. The social triangle is what we want to unlock before we actually post our content. The first step is that you have to actually show up on the platform. Then from there, you have to know where your ideal clients are spending time. You then go to those places and interact there. So where do you guys spend time online?
Lately, I've been on TikTok, but only to embarrass my children. And that's like my number one goal, and I do it really well.
Amazing. Colin, what about you?
YouTube. I'm a YouTube junkie.
Okay, amazing. And are you watching content on YouTube or just and TikTok, both of you? You're consuming? Okay.
So I watch content and then I create content on YouTube.
I watch Matt Rife.
Okay, perfect. So let's use Matt Rife as an example. So if Matt Rife is where your clients are spending time, and creating the content is important also, obviously, that's the you part, but your clients are there consuming content as well. So if we know that our clients are consuming content from Matt Rife, we may want to go to Matt Rife's videos and comment on what it is that he's doing. And in the comments section, you can have your own ability to have like a little virality in the comments of someone else's video, which is a big untapped thing. Same thing in YouTube comments, right?
Yep. Oh yeah, it works.
And now the other thing that does is it tells the platform who you are engaging with. And so it gives the data points to the platform that, oh, we should show Kim's content to more of the people who like Matt Rife.
Yep.
Which would seem kind of like counterintuitive or intuitive or whatever. But women my age love Matt Rife.
Yeah. And I will say, obviously, this depends on platform, but for YouTube specifically, if you have your own channel, you're uploading content, it will say like your viewers watch these channels, and it's going to be probably related to the type of content you're creating. Those are the channels and the videos you want to go to and make those comments on.
Totally. And it's and you can do the same thing on Instagram. It'll show like the suggested content or the suggested accounts, and that'll tell you what the platform thinks about your content. So if you look at the videos that your people are watching and they don't match your content, you need to do some work on your content.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're not being clear.
Yeah. You want to aim it towards what your audience is watching.
Agreed. Yeah. Or you need to somehow shift it so that your audience starts watching other things. I don't know.
Yeah.
We may have created a mess in the algorithm, right? So amazing. I love it. And then the third thing that we want to do is we want to give the platform what it wants. So these platforms all want to be TikTok. TikTok has figured out how to keep people on the platform. And so we need to make sure that when we're sharing content, like I'm not sharing a YouTube video on Facebook because that means it's going to send people off of Facebook to YouTube. Instead, I share a screenshot of a YouTube video and I say, hey, want to see this new video that I just put together where you're going to learn XYZ? Let me know below. People stay on that post. I then go into the DMs and I send them the YouTube video there.
Yep.
So this is
Kim's like, oh yeah.
I know. I have to give you a shout out on this, Molly,
okay.
Because my daughter had created TikTok content that got like almost 100 million views. I mean, it was amazing. She's an artist, and I'm like, no, nobody's looking at her on Facebook. And you're like, because
okay, wait, can we actually, because this was such a good example. So Kim did a post that said, I shared my daughter's TikTok video and nobody's watching it. And in the comments, I was like, can I give you some loving, like maybe an idea as to why this isn't working? And what happened?
Totally worked.
You switched the way that you posted the content and it 100% worked.
100% worked. It was amazing. Cool. And so you're my hero. Thank you.
I'm glad that you reminded me of that. I completely forgot. It was that was like a perfect example. I should use it as a case study. I like it. Amazing. Yep. So we want to have that in place before we actually start creating our content with AI. And if that feels like something that's like, oh, that's so basic, it's actually not, as Kim just said. And it's even featured in this book by Jay Abraham and Rich Schefren, who are like the godfathers of internet marketing. There's all of these dudes in this book getting everything you can out of all that's hot online. There's like Russell Brunson, Alaric Heck, Fancy People, and Molly Mahoney. Hello, Sparkle Pants Mahoney. So it says using the social triangle to generate 300K a month. So it works, like for real, for real. Okay, step 2. This is the technology adoption curve. If you wait to start using these strategies, you are going to be a laggard. Do not be a laggard. By tomorrow, AI will have changed so much that you'll be able to be an innovator and an early adopter again. So just know it's not too late. But we really want to make sure that you're getting in and dancing with this stuff right now. The way that we make sure that this works in our favor is that we get super clear about who we are as a person and as a company first before you start using the AI tools. So I know before we were talking about like, just go ask ChatGPT, but you can ask ChatGPT questions and get really bad answers because you're asking bad questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say, I know you haven't, I can see the slide, right? We can see the slide. You haven't gone into this quite yet, but we deal with this all the time with our clients because a lot of them are innovating. They're coming up with new product lines, sometimes new businesses, new branches. And we're like, hey, we can do this, but we need these details first. It's so critical.
It's super important. And my favorite thing about AI is that it's actually forced people to get their ish together, because if they don't get their ish together, it's not going to work.
No.
So
no.
What we suggest when you're seasoning your AI assistant is that you have your company details, and that includes details about you as a human, about what makes your company unique, your branding, your company messaging, all that kind of stuff. Then your product details, and we actually list out all of our, top products and all the information, the benefits, everything about that. And then your ideal client details. And the ideal client details are really important so that we know who we're writing this content for.
Yeah.
And so I'm using ChatGPT here as an example. If you're using Magi, there's a slightly different way to load this in there.
Right.
But all you have to do is go in, and we've listed out 2 different things. One is our company details. And then the other is, how do you want the AI assistant to behave? How do you want it to speak? And so if you have those 2 things identified, you want to make sure that you set that before you actually start creating content. Then from there, what we're going to do, and most people I know skip this, so I just stood up really straight and tall just to make sure that we're really going to understand this piece. Our content, if we want it to convert, our content needs to instill buying beliefs. And so we create what we call a tree of beliefs, so that when we create content, we're sprinkling seeds of belief around the internet. So the first belief is why me, meaning why the human being, separate from what it is that you're offering. The next is why this. And I actually did a whole marketing session with my dance studio that I grew up last night. And it was so great to dive into these with them. For the why me, it's like why the parent wants their child to take dance is not necessarily because they want them to be an amazing dancer. It's often because they want them to have more confidence and community and, all of that, and how it's going to change their lives in the future. Then
Coordination.
All kinds of things, right?
Yeah.
Empathy,
Right.
like totally. And then the why this content is going to explain why dance classes gives them confidence, coordination, all those things, right? Then the why you content would be why this dance studio is the right dance studio for you compared to other studios. And there's going to be all sorts of things around you as an expert that makes you the choice that they want to actually hire.
Yeah. I can't highlight how critical this is. And I mean, I feel like people don't talk about this because because I have a CRO background.
Okay.
This is like the crux of like the value proposition for your products. It's like, why are they choosing you? These why questions over anything else. And people just skip it. So this is hugely important, guys.
It takes too much time, but I'm going to show you how you can do this in literally 10 seconds.
Awesome.
So get excited because I'm going to give you the prompt and it's amazing. So we go why you, and then why now means like, what's the urgency in their life, in the product? Maybe you have a special offer in the season, whatever. And then why not is where we're making a list of all the objections that they have to purchasing. And there are so many more whys, but we're not going to get into all of them today. So those are the whys that we're going to cover today. And then watch this. I have a prompt for every single one of these. And you can take a screenshot of this. These are little individual prompts. So like the why me says, create a list of personal reasons that an ideal client, and you'd write your ideal client in there, would have for wanting to, and then you'd write like desired result. You're going to get a bunch of different whys. Now, this still takes a little bit of time. So what I've done is I've created an all-in-one prompt, and I'm going to read it out loud. It is, act like a world-renowned marketing and sales expert who has a deep understanding of human psychology and marketing. Please make me a list of buying beliefs that my clients would need to have in order to purchase name of product. Now, remember, you already seasoned it with your product information, so it should know that based on the info you have above, because that's the info that you seasoned it with. Then once it gives you that list, review, edit. I like to say you zhuzh. So zhuzh, because it's not going to be perfect every time, but it's usually pretty good. Then you're going to say, great, now write a statement that instills that belief and explain why this will help people want to buy from me. Then add that into a table with the headers, belief, statement, and why it works. Watch what happens. This is an example of the list of all the buying beliefs. So this is for our program. We have an AI content club, and this is a list that it made for the monthly content club. The value of AI technology, quality over quantity, the value of continuous learning, right? That's a really good why stay belief. Time efficiency, trust in your brand, belief in collaborative intelligence. All of these things are things that I can then create content about. And then watch what happens next. It makes us this awesome list with all of the beliefs. And then it has one-liners that we can use in our content based on those buying beliefs. Then the why it works section is where it actually analyzes the content for us. So you can see like belief in collaborative intelligence, which is down here on the like close to the bottom. And it says, let's merge human creativity and AI capability, create impactful content like never before. This emphasizes the synergy between human creativity and AI, presenting future-focused approach to content creation.
That's awesome. That's like our that's like the value of our main value for our agency. So
that is.
Yeah.
I love it. And then you can use this, like we have this super prompt that takes this and then it creates your entire month of content in one big table in one prompt.
Amazing.
So good. Okay. So that's step 2. You go through and identify those buying beliefs. Any questions or anything before we go on to step 3?
No.
You're good. Okay. I feel like I'm like talking. I just want to make sure I'm okay.
I'm locked in. This is I'm taking it all. This is great.
Bring it on. Come on.
Amazing. All right. So this is the one that you're actually going to want the screenshot for. So this is our whole entire content creation and repurposing system. So everything on the left here is what we do when we batch create content. So we identify the beliefs, we create one-liners, we create engaging questions, we create short form videos, we create long form videos. From there, we then take those long form videos, we bring them over here to the right, and we do the whole thing backwards. We do long form videos. We then pull out a blog post from that video. We create carousel posts out of that video. We create short form videos back out of the first long form video. And then we're back at the beginning and we create one-liners and questions. The whole thing is like a very step-by-step process because remember, this stuff's cool, but if you don't have a system behind it, it doesn't do you any good.
Right.
So we don't have time to go over the whole entire thing. So I'm just going to skip to, this is step 3.2, right? So this is step 2 of step 3. This is how we create those one-liners. So we use the buying beliefs that we just created. We write one-liners in 3 different voices. We then download the one-liners as a CSV, bulk create the graphics in Canva like this. So this is my dad has a tree trimming business where they if trees need to be removed by the cities, they make these beautiful wood slabs. So I took a photo of my brother, my husband, and a wall. And I made these templates, very simple templates, right? Voice 1, voice 2, voice 3. Then I take these voices. The voices that I used were factual yet witty, cowboy, and hot mess mom, because I resonate with the hot mess mom voice more than any. Then I go into Canva, and I know some people have seen this before, but if you've never seen this before, It will blow your mind. I'm sure Colin and Kim, you guys have seen this, but just in case anybody hasn't seen it, I'm just going to show it. So what you do is on the left-hand side, you're going to go down and you're going to click bulk create. This is in the app section usually, but when I first started doing this, I was like, oh my gosh, bulk create disappeared because it used to be in this little box. Once you use it a bunch, it actually moves over here. So it's just in a different spot. Just know that. Okay. Then you're going to upload the CSV over here on the right. Once you do that, you map the voice to the voice. So you're going to map it inside the images. You map those voices. And then like magic, you have all of your quote cards created, all of your stories created. It is so good.
It is like magic.
It is.
Every time. I still get excited every single time.
And can I ask you a question about the voices? So
yeah.
how did you choose them? And then how would one go about choosing them for their brand to know which voices work for their brand?
These ones that I did on here, I did literally just for this presentation because I probably wouldn't do cowboy and hot mess mom for the same company. So when I did this in the first place for my dad's company, I did factual yet witty because I like that one. That's actually a voice that's recommended by Jasper. And I think it comes up with like kind of kitschy, funny statements. The cowboy I did because my brother looks like a cowboy.
He does. He looks amazing.
And it matches the brand. And then I also did for this one, I did an arborist because they're really big about urban lumber and carbon sequestration. So we got totally different stuff when we put in carbon sequestration or urban lumber, like urban lumber specialist. You can use that as a voice. So random, but arborist worked really well. And then we also, when we first did this for the company, we did the voice of a tree. Now, I don't know why, but the voice of the tree made everything about fashion. And we were so confused. So once we put them on here, it was like, I had a picture of my cousin and every image of my cousin was like, purses are great. It was like about purses. So the trees have a weird voice.
Who knew? Yeah.
But yeah, that's something that's definitely worth playing with. And for me, I like to look at who are our ideal clients. And that's where the hot mess mom thing really comes into play because I want something that's not like overly kitschy, but I want it to be a little, not like crass. So the hot mess mom thing is like not too formal, not too fancy, but it also like lets my people feel heard.
Relatable.
Perfect.
Relatable. Exactly. Yeah. But you can use like Oprah or, it doesn't have to be a description of a voice. It can be an actual person.
Great.
Pretty cool. And if you don't know how to come up with those voices, you can load content that you love and say, hey, describe this voice to me.
Great.
Which is really helpful.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I like it. Amazing. Okay. Any other questions about this part?
No. Looks great.
Okay. So this is the whole entire system. So now you may be thinking like, how on earth do you actually put this into action? I understand that may be cray cray. So I am going to give you the chance to download our entire AI-ify Your Business guide. I have a whole written guide on how to AI-ify your business. I also have a 2-week free trial of the Content Club. And inside the Content Club, it is dope. You can get in there and I have step-by-step trainings on every single thing. I'm convinced that if you're with us for 2 weeks, you're going to want to stay forever because it's so much fun. Also, you can get access to our magical GPT that has my seasoning in it. And all you have to do to get access to all of this goodness is head to my Instagram account, which is The Prepared Performer. So if you go to The Prepared Performer and message me the word possibility. So just the word possibility. What'll happen is you will get an automated message that comes back and says, hey, it looks like you want this goodness. Click this button. It'll ask you a few questions and then it will unlock all of that magic. Again, it's The Prepared Performer. You may be feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm so freaked out, but you want to dance and I got you. So no worries. It's all good. Hooray. And that is how you create the AI shuffle.
I am DMing you.
I just did that.
Kim did it live.
I'm already on it.
Guys, I mean, it should be obvious, but the value that Molly just gave away for free very generously is huge. Because I could say you probably can implement just one of these and find success. But if you do this whole thing and actually really go all in on it, this would be huge for your business. So this was solid gold. Thank you so much for this.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So good.
Very
I'm
cool.
so grateful. And please promise me that you're actually going to put this into action. So I would love below this video, let us know what's the one thing that you're going to implement. Because I know it can feel like a fire hose. We treat it like a parfait. Just do one thing and then move on to the next. One thing, have a dance party, move on to the next. There's so much possibility. I love it.
Oh, so much.
Very, very cool.
This is going to be one to watch over and over again.
Yes, definitely. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Molly. This has been awesome. We know that you need to run. We got to keep it tight here, but anywhere else that people can reach out to you if they need anything?
Yeah, I mean, my Facebook personal profile is really my most active place. So we've got all kinds of stuff happening there. And if you head to molly.live, MOLLY.live, like it says right there, that'll have everything. So I have like speaker coaching. I have master classes that we run. I have masterminds. I've got all kinds of little magical things that you can get at molly.live.
Very cool. Thank you so much, Molly. This has been awesome. We'd love to have you again on the show. And I hope everybody go to molly.live, check that out. And please let us know what the one thing you are going to do is. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week.